guys, I wanted to make a video explaining what kin is and what code is because there's not that much very good information out there. There's a lot of misinformation. Kin is a token, SPL token on Solana. So it's running completely on Solana and it can only have a maximum of 3 trillion in supply. Most of it is completely distributed. There's no more minting. There cannot be any more minting happening. So it's a non-inflationary cryptocurrency that is already out there. You can swap it on any kind of DEX. You can get it on Solflare. You can get it on Phantom, the regular kind of Solana ecosystem apps. So that's kin. And it went through a big process in the past, but I don't think that's really important right now. Important is that it's non-inflationary, that's 3 trillion kin, and there can never be any more, and it's already fully distributed. Now, you could add the fact that they had a settlement with the SEC, so the likelihood of it being considered a security is very low, or that it would, have another lawsuit or something like that is super low. Then the second thing is Code Wallet. Code Wallet is an app which allows you to transfer kin back and forth between people, but it's all happening completely on chain. And it has a couple of twists where it, for example, has an kind of like an L2, which allows you to send it very, very quickly to someone else. And you can send it via a code that you scan directly phone to phone or with a cash link. And you can also accept payments on your website with the payment button. They call it payment web payments SDK basically. And the great thing about this is a couple of things. For example, if you send from wallet to wallet with a cash link or with scanning the QR code, do you have, by the way, this is completely self-custodial. So just like most other crypto wallets, not all of them, of course, they're self-custodial now, and this one as well. But you also have a privacy layer because they have something they call sequencer, which basically tries to hide how much the sender has in their wallet, which is extremely practical. And I think that's one of the major problems with other wallets. I think it's not so easy to trace in Lightning with Bitcoin, but I think in pretty much every other wallet you could probably trace. And this is much more difficult to trace. It's not impossible to trace, but it means like if you're accepting payments or you're sending payments especially, then the likelihood that someone can track it is very low, especially for normal users. So that's a massive, massive benefit. And another thing is that the Code Wallet is super simple to use. It's extremely fast to onboard people. I've had people who have never had contact with crypto. They can use it. They are immediately onboarded. They don't have a problem with it. And so there is a lot of things going for it, which other wallets don't have. And now another interesting thing is that it obfuscates or it hides a little bit the fact that it's using crypto. So you feel more like you're using fiat in your local currency. So you might be sending Indian rupee to, European euro or something like that. And you're not even super aware that you're using kin. That's another major advantage. You can then you have the payment SDK, which is super interesting because you can accept payment on your website using Code Wallet, and you don't even need, it's completely permissionless. So it's not like PayPal or Venmo or Cash App where they want data from you and you need to like wade through a process and see if you get accepted, or maybe if you lose your account. That cannot happen here because it's completely permissionless on-chain. So a lot of these things people don't know about, and they're major deviations and progress and innovation from what we knew before. And especially the fact that you can scan from code to code, send the cache links, and it's super fast. It's reliable. Um, Everybody can use it. Makes it a great candidate for becoming the de facto standard for people to send back and forth money without having to understand how crypto works and all of this stuff. So there's a possibility that billions of people, literally billions of people, could use this on a day-to-day basis. And it's all open source, the code wallet, which means everybody can contribute to it or download it and compile it. And so even if it went down for some reason, anybody else could spin up a server and a client and continue running it. So there is a form of decentralization to it. And so we're going to see a lot of new stuff coming also, which is on-chain messaging. So a merchant that where the user has interacted with the merchant can push notifications to the user on chain. So it's basically decentralized. And all of these things are super new. Then you're going to have code login, which allows websites or developers to build a login functionality that you can track and log in someone from from Code Wallet into the website, into the whatever app, and that allows you to then push also payments. That's going to happen as well. So you can push payments to one of your users, but you can also receive payments. So that will also fix maybe different type of like subscription models and all of this stuff, and it opens up possibilities that were not possible before. Now, one of the major unique selling points is that you are able to do micropayments like 10 cents, 5 cents, 20 cents without incurring tremendous transaction fees. And especially most credit card companies, or actually all of them, they don't do these type of transactions. So you would have to buy credits and then start using the credits. Here you can directly use the kin in your Cold wallet to make, let's say, 10-cent transaction. So microtransactions are a major part of the narrative that will be used all over the world. For example, if you're trying to buy an article rather than have a subscription to, let's say, Wall Street Journal, you would just buy an article for 20 cents. Um, so there's a lot of angles to this. If I were to try to explain it to someone, it's the most modern and most simple way, and it will probably become a de facto standard for transacting financially on with your smartphone, and at the same time it works a little bit like a regular wallet, in the sense like you might have 50 euros, 100 euros, 200 euros or dollars on it, or whatever other currency, and you will use it for day-to-day small purchases, for example. So that's something that you would have your wallet as well. You wouldn't necessarily keep 5,000 in your wallet, but you would maybe have 200, 100, and then as you go around, do shopping with it. Right now, it's going to release very soon on Android. There's a maximum transaction per $1 if you use the payment SDK. If you do from person to person, there's a $1,000 limit, daily limit, and per transaction on CashLink, I think it's 250 limit. But these are not set in stone, so the team from Cold Wallet can change those parameters, and they probably will over time. And so it's going to be very exciting which way it goes. But it definitely allows things that you were never thought that were possible, and we're going to see applications and usage of this which we cannot even predict. So you might have, for example, a I don't know, a village in Colombia starting to use it again between villagers because they don't have easy access to money, for example, or something like that, and they maybe have an inflationary currency, whereas kin is non-inflationary. So you're gonna see a lot of different use cases online and kind of like in real life situations, and that's gonna be very exciting. Now, Android, which is gonna come out, it is an absolute must because, of course, a lot of people using Android and you can't just, you can have a Ferrari and press on the pedal and press on the gas, and then 10 seconds later press on the brake, and that's what happens when the Android is not out. But that's gonna happen very soon. So this is roughly the state that it's in right now. And many, if you can, if you want to see the changes that are being made, you can see that on GitHub with all the open source stuff. And we're just at the very beginning stages of it. This must be very clear. Like, this is just about to be switched on. This hasn't been really switched on in that way, because with just iOS, just Android, the payment SDK barely out. It needs a little bit of now. It needs both and iOS and Android, and then I think a lot of people will start to um to get into it. And yeah, I will keep you updated. But share this video if you can, for all the people that are yet a little bit confused about Kin and Code. They don't really know what that is. Now, there's a tons of questions around those two things which I could answer, but I think that sums it up pretty much. So you have a non-inflationary Solana-based currency that is fully distributed. Not more can be printed. It's being used in Cold Wallet, which is absolutely the revolutionary new kind of wallet, and that opens up possibilities that didn't exist before. And you really need to go a little bit down the rabbit hole to understand why it is so powerful, and just give it a try and recommend it to a friend, and you will see how fast people can pick up on it. uh Another important note, that eventually you will be able to buy Kin directly from the app. I think that's going to happen within 1, 2, or 3 months, and that will probably let let the Kin price skyrocket, because people will be interested to get $5, $10, $20 from within the app itself.